Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be going over our week 16 Supreme Arena defenses. So we're just going to hop on in here, pull up our formations, and check these teams out. So I've got two sets of teams I want to show you guys this week. The first set of teams are much more friendly to free-to-play players. They don't use any Hypogean Celestial units or anything like that. And I feel like most people can run these teams or a variation of them and be really successful. The second set of teams, now they're more pay to win because they use some Hypogean Celestials, but they only use two of them. So depending on the heroes that you pulled, you might be able to run these as a free-to-play player and have some really big success. So anyway, the first team here in our first set of teams, well, I guess before we even start talking about them, I should mention we have Haywin on map 1 and map 2 this week, and she basically provides a fatal blow protection to your heroes and restores 30% of their max HP and makes them invincible for 5 seconds when they take that first fatal blow. And it can only trigger once per hero. But, you know, it's a nice thing because it allows your team a second chance at, like, coming together and synergizing and getting the skills off that they need to get and all that stuff. So yeah, it can be pretty cool. Now, the first team here that I have is a Callan, Pandora, Bonnie, Shamira, and Damon team. That's Shamira behind the Damon, if you can't tell. I know she's, like, completely hidden by Stitchy. It's so annoying sometimes, but she's back there. Anyway, we've got the goal of this team is basically to have Shamira go into the Pandora box, and while she's in there, Bonnie is going to put the aging debuff onto the enemy team's rearmost hero. Hopefully Damon can get another stack of that aging debuff put on them, and then when Shamira comes out and does her ultimate, that's going to do a ton of damage on its own, but it's also going to activate the dot damage from Bonnie, and it's going to be that much more damage for them to have to deal with, and it's going to be pretty hard for them to handle. So yeah, this can be a really successful team, especially having the Haywin here with the fatal blow protection can really make sure that you get your Shamira ultimate out and all that kind of good stuff. Now, if you don't have Callan, you can just use Thorn in Callan's place. So let's see, put Thorn in, and whoops, I would probably connect him to Damon. That usually is a pretty successful connection. They work really well paired together, and it just makes Damon really tanky, and it can make him hard to deal with later in, like, the later parts of a fight. So yeah, that can be pretty successful. Now, the team doesn't rely on another Graveborn tank, so you could also use, like, Freyesto in this situation, or really any other tank that you have that's really strong. But I would suggest Thorn, to be totally honest with you guys. He just works out really well. And yeah, that's team 1. We're using Core Forge spell here, and let's check out team 2. So team 2 is going to be a Mauler, Aaron Olmis team, and we've got Shakir, Citrana, and Seth. Citrana granting sparks to Shakir, Aaron, and Olmis. So when Aaron does his tornado, he's going to pull everyone in. That should allow Shakir to, so Aaron will pull everyone in, Olmis will root them down, and usually before they have time to spread back out, Shakir gets to his ultimate. So he'll jump over and knock a bunch of them down because they're all grouped up, and he does a lot of damage himself, which usually will then allow Seth's Predator's Lunge to do a lot more damage on its own, because it does do damage based on missing HP, and it can be a really good, like, 1-2 punch type thing. So yeah, and this team actually, it does quite well against a lot of different teams and a lot of varieties of teams, because it's just a strong team. I don't really know what else to say about it. Even if Lily May blocks the Aaron's initial tornado, this team has still had success. Now, not everyone has Seth, so if you don't have Seth, I would say put Odie in here, and and you can put Odie in to be behind this fence. Keep him kind of protected from melee heroes and whatnot, but what'll happen here is Aaron will pull everyone in, and sometimes, like, the squishier heroes will get pushed over to where Odie is, like closer to Odie, which will make them his target, and he can pick off a lot of these heroes. And the cool thing about Odie on this map with Haywin here is his heart attack skill will bypass the fatal blow protection, so it gives you a little bit of an advantage. So you can use Seth or Odie in this situation. I think both will be very good, But yeah, that's going to be team 2, and we're using Dragon Roar spell. Normally I would use the Guardian spell on this team with the Maulers, but since we already have Fatal Blow protection from Haywin, I'm going to go ahead and use Dragon Roar, and then I'll use Guardian spell on team 3, which is a Light Bearer team, and we're using Hugin, Walker, and Siren as our Light Bearers, with Thedor and Niru finishing off the team. So we'll talk about Walker replacements in a second, but I want to talk about the team itself first. So Thedor is going to feed energy to the Siren, getting him to almost an instant ultimate. It'll be like 2 or 3 seconds into the fight, Siren will cast his ultimate, pull everyone in. Walker will have stunned a lot of these heroes at the opening of the fight or the start of the fight. It's one of the reasons why I like using Walker. I don't really care if he does a lot of damage. I like that he stuns the heroes at the start of the fight and sort of slows them down from doing what they try to do when a fight starts. And then we've got Hugin in here providing shields and all that good stuff. His shields provide damage reduction, CC immunity. It's just really good. But then we have Niru. So Siren pulls everyone in, and then Niru's going to bombard them with his normal attacks, and all the true damage that he's going to be doing with the Lightbearer talent tile is going to be hard for those heroes to survive. So this team can beat a lot of different teams itself also, and it's very successful. I use it all the time, especially on offense. I use it a lot, and it works really well against many different teams. But yeah, now if you don't have Walker, you could use any other, well, I guess you can sort of use any other Light Bearer, but my top 2 suggestions would be Sonya or Rowan. So if you use Sonya, I just place her in the middle like this, and if you're going to use Rowan, I would put him to the side so that he feeds energy to the Hugin and not to Siren, because Siren's already getting the energy he needs from the Thedor, and then having Rowan over here guarantees that your Hugin gets an early ultimate and provides some nice shields for your team, and that can be that can sometimes make or break a fight. So yeah, that's going to be team 3. Now let me pull up the second set of teams, and I'll be right back. Alright, so our second set of teams here is going to involve some more pay-to-win heroes. There's only 2 Hypogean Celestials that we're using, but they are sort of niche, and you might not have pulled for them, but I know some people have. So if you do have them and you're a free-to-play player, you could run some of these teams too. But anyway, our first team here is a Shamira, Kalin, Daemon, Thorin, Thedor team. So we've got Thedor feeding energy to our Shamira to get her to a quick ultimate. Daemon boosting her up with his attack boost, whatever it's called, I forget the skill. And then we've got Kalin, and Kalin is actually going to be in the back on as the rearmost hero, so that if an enemy decides to run a Bonnie dot damage team against us, Kalin is going to be the one that takes the dot damage, and it's going to be really hard for them to actually kill Kalin with that dot damage. So it slows down the spread of the dot and can allow your team to, you know, perform and do what it needs to do. So yeah, it's basically trying to get to a quick Shamira ult while also slowing down the spread of a dot damage. You got Thorin connected to Kalin, making him even tankier than he already is, and Thorin has extra lives, so you're not going to really be able to spread the dot damage that fast by killing Thorin or anything, because he comes back to life. And yeah, it just works out pretty good. So this is a pretty strong team. I like this one a lot. Plus the Dark Moon from Thedor is going to reduce their, you know, magic and physical defense and just make the team that much stronger. And we're going to be using Dragon Roar spell here. So that's team 1. Team 2 is going to be a Niru, Bonnie, Siren team. So you guys know this trio of heroes is extremely strong. Works really, really well. They activate Bonnie's dot damage super fast in the fight. And then we have Igor and Athalia to stall the fight out. And yeah, you know, just allow the team to be successful, because Igor's going to, you know, make the fight last for a while, and then the Athalia is going to be in her lance form, destroying everybody, picking them off, and yeah, it works out pretty well. The only downfall that this team has is Niru can destroy Igor's tombstones, like your own Igor's tombstones. So you have to kind of keep that in mind, but a lot of times the Niru can die early, and as long as he's helped spread the dot or activate the dot damage, we're in good shape. He doesn't need to live. He's not really here to do a ton of damage or anything, so it's all right. And that's and then we're going to use Core Forge spell. So that's team 2, and then team 3 is going to be a Seda Mauler team. And I discovered this team by fighting against Shawty on my friends list. And I don't know if this was her team idea or if it was a Fight Club team idea, but I didn't come up with this team, but I saw it was a very, very successful team. Now, it doesn't involve Citrana usually. I put Citrana in here because I like her. But if you have Gerda, you can use Gerda instead of Citrana. So let's see. You put Gerda in like this, and you have Seda, Gerda, Shakir, Coco, and Pandora. And Coco is going to go into the Pandora box, so when she comes out, she provides a ton of damage reduction for your team. She's also providing damage reduction to the Shakir and an HP boost, so it makes him extremely hard to deal with. And then Gerda, jumping forward, putting her hot spring down, it's going to provide CC immunity for your heroes when they enter that hot spring for the first time. And a lot of times that will protect them from the Pandora's ultimate that she does, where she her box, fears everyone. And yeah, so as long as your team is in that hot tub and it's within that time frame, the Pandora's first ultimate's not going to fear them, and it'll fear the other team and basically allow your team to get some free damage in, while the other heroes are like running away and doing all that kind of crap. So yeah, that's going to be team 3, and we're going to be using Guardian spell in this team. And yeah, that's going to be the teams for this week, I think. The only 2 sets this time, but I feel like all these teams are extremely good and will bring you a lot of success in Supreme Arena. So hopefully you got some ideas or teams to run, whatever, out of this video. I really hope this helps you guys. But yeah, anyway, I got my loot bar link down below, Discord link down there too, and if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.
I really like brownness, yeah. It's yummy. I play games with y'all.